What's up, chat? How you guys doing? We have KB or Knucklebuster running Gaiden II any percent, and I was literally just saying to him before we swapped over, there's not a whole lot of stuff. Like, we have Battle Kid in our repertoire of stuff, we have Hard Mode Bucky, and running those things doesn't really scare me anymore in a marathon setting. But I can tell you, Gaiden II is extremely scary in a marathon setting. Like, you need everything to go correctly. You accidentally die at any point, like, you're literally screwed. There's no good way to continue. Although, to be fair, I guess if you know low percent, there's sometimes, I guess, something like that. But yeah, KB is ready to start. I'll walk you through it. But this is a really scary, like, legitimately marathon run. So we're looking for no deaths here. It's one of my favorite runs on the NES, honestly. Like, if I were to place this, it's like probably top 3. Yeah, if you're good, KB, you can go to the title screen or whatever. You can just mash start. I don't think I need to count you down because time starts when Ryu is kind of in the air in this one, so it's kind of weird. So I'll just let you go and... Okay, I'll time accordingly when I see Ryu in the air. So yeah, this is Gaiden II. I am a firm believer that this is the best one of the trilogy for multiple different reasons. First of all, it has no auto-scrollers like in 3. Although 3 is actually still pretty good. But I think they nailed the mechanics in this game like perfectly. I don't know why they changed them in 3. Sorry, Plague! He's running 3 a little bit later. But it's just the truth. I'm sorry, sir. I'm an honest guy. And Gaiden 1 in comparison has kind of a problem, I think, with the sub-weapons. Because as soon as you get the spin slash, like, that's all you use. So in this game we have multiple, actually, sub-weapons that we use in the run, and you see it right off the bat actually. We have this up flame thing, and depending on the quick kill that KB goes for... Okay, I see what you're doing. So yeah, we kill him on the left side of the wall, and that is as quick as like level 1 ends. So level 2, this probably has one of my favorite songs first of all in the game coming up. And we have a train section. Why is Ryu on a train? I'm not exactly sure. But we're gonna be that weird cringy guy that literally on commentary says, "Yo, get your jam emotes and stuff like that out," because the next song, I think, in everything on the NES is like probably one of my favorite ones. Yes, Nico, do it! Cause, not this one on the train stage. The train stage sucks, I'm sorry. Like, nobody likes this song. But the next one, I honestly feel is like one of the best songs on the NES. So go! Do it now! Spam chat! This is probably one of the best ones. No, it's not the worst. Don't, just do it! Spam! But yeah, this is a really scary screen. You're on a cycle here. And it's really, 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 really scary if you mess up this at all. Because realistically, especially on the next screen right here, you have a very small window to do this properly. And this is going to get a little bit dicey because as you're jumping through here, there's actually a bullet that you want to catch right here. Okay, good job. We made it over. So we successfully rode the bullet, and we bridged that little gap there, and we're entering, I guess, the best boss of the game because a lot of people on Twitch seem to dislike spiders. So guess what this boss tosses around? Spiders! It's like Oprah. You get a spider everywhere. So if you like spiders, it's probably your favorite boss. And that's it. So we're entering level 3. This is a really weird stage casually. Funny enough, if you pause the game, the lightning cycles actually keep going in the background. So you can actually cheat. I never knew that until like maybe not even 2 months ago, where you can just keep it paused, unpause the game so you don't get like screwed over by the timer. But when you learn the run, there's actually a lot of different visual cues, and we're going to use kind of like that down flame thing for a good portion of this stage. It makes, depending on what KB does, like right there I was going to say, it makes some of these sections a lot safer because you can take like a really bad bounce. And we're going to enter one of the trickier screens. Like, I think from here on out, minus level 6, this almost like scales progressively in difficulty. 6 is kind of a walk in the park for like everything that's required, but almost progressively, like it gets harder and harder as the rest of the run goes on. I don't know if KB knows how to do this. There's a frame perfect right here. Oh, he did try to go for it. That jump is a 1-frame window. You can like latch onto the wall there. But unfortunately we did not get it, but I appreciate the attempt regardless. So entering level 3 bot. That was so unfortunate. Man, that was such a scam. So, much like in Ninja Gaiden 1, literally for real, Ryu has ladder problems. Like, he doesn't like to commit to ladders, so that was an extremely unfortunate death. But unfortunately and fortunately at the same time, there's shadow clones that you can recover here, both on this screen, and you get the upflame too. So you can actually completely recover. KB will have to kind of do a little bit of a detour here because one of the shadow clones is off to the side. But we again have 2 shadow clones behind us and upfire, which is needed for this quick kill. And going into stage 4, this is where I would literally say that this is probably one of the harder stages in my opinion in the entire game. Specifically when we get to 4-2 in the water section. Depending what KB wants to go for, there's a whole lot of shots. There's like a bunch of frame perfect pillar jumps and things like that. So I'm not exactly sure like what he knows or what he goes for in terms of, I guess, like the strats that are extremely optimized. But even if you're not doing, you know, like world record strats, this is an extremely easy spot to die. What we haven't kind of talked about yet is there are obviously like Nimpo refills and stuff like that, but right here, and he missed it. So there's luckily a backup. But right there in that orb, there's basically scrolls. And if you watch the 60 in the top corner, it's coming up here. There's going to be another scroll that KB can collect right there, and it raises your overall Nimpo, so this goes up to 70. And the end goal is we really want 100 by the end of the game. So this is a really weird game where you have like a limited amount of Nimpo, and there is a limited amount of options in the stages when you're beating it because you can't backtrack to raise that Nimpo total. So the whole route is completely, literally designed around having 100 Nimpo at the end of the game for all the quick kills and like all the sub-weapons that you're going to use. And entering here, we have a bird boost. We're going to bird boost again to jump over the waterfall. And we're going to go down. So I'm assuming KB is going to have the red star at the end of this, which means there is a brutal clip coming up here. If KB goes for it, it'll be legendary. There is an over the wall. Okay, we're going to very wisely climb the waterfall. We're not dealing with that clip. I don't blame you. That clip is one of the worst things ever in the game. But yeah, we're gonna come here and we have the red star going in. So we're gonna have a pretty quick kill. We're gonna jump in the corner a bunch of times here and we're going to kill the boss and he's gonna die. So level 5 is a really weird section too. It's not quite hard, but out of nowhere it introduces ice physics, which sounds normal, or sounds horrible, sorry, in the platforming game, but I promise you the ice physics in this game are actually really nice. It's probably the only game that I can think of that has ice physics that I enjoy because they just gradually push you along the stage and they don't really do the ice physics thing. And depending on what KB does, there is a legendary... Oh, that's a very unique boost. I've never seen that boost before. Okay, I was gonna say, there is an over the wall that you can do there. Health is a little bit low, but luckily you only need 1 health in this screen, depending on the strats that you're going for, and even then you can skip that boost. So he's still gonna go for it, he's a mad lad. I appreciate that. I was gonna say, that's the only boost that you need the health for. So as long as he doesn't get hit, there's a potion at the end of this screen that he can recover his health. And that's really good, I do like that. Oh no! Commentator's curse. So ironically, this is a tricky spot also to die. It's still a good spot to die, because there is a clone here, and there is an upflame at the very end of level 5, and there's also another clone right at the very end of level 5 too. So you can recover fairly easily on this screen, but it just requires... That was a really weird boost actually. We're gonna clip through the wall. We're gonna clip through the wall, there we go. What's up flame? I don't know. It's a flame that you shoot upwards. I don't know the terminology. If you want to call me out on it, I'm sorry. That was a very awkward thing where the scroll spawned. You need that scroll because again, it can despawn and then you don't increase your total Nimpo. Yeah, the up flame is needed for basically all of this stage, and in theory, one of the hardest quick kills in the entire game is Ashtar. Out of all the strats that I've ever learned in any video game, if you do this quick kill right here, I honestly think this might be one of the hardest strats, not only on the NES, but like out of everything that I've ever learned. You can kill him in 1 cycle. This is one of the most ridiculous things, like from a speedrunning perspective. So you literally go from like one of the hardest things that I think in the entire NES library exists for strats, to level 6, which in my opinion is actually free. There's nothing hard about this level. All of the levels, actually, So like all of the individual scenes that make up this level are all pretty free. There's really nothing difficult that goes on here. And at the end, there's a very easy boss as well. You just basically spam the up flame, I'm sorry, I don't know the lore. And it's a flame that you push up and B to spawn. So yes. We're gonna bump off a bunch of enemies here. And basic idea is we're gonna keep damage boosting to the right as we slash and kill things. So KB murdering everything. There's just a lot of birds dying there. But he probably had to do that to conserve some health. And there we go. We're just gonna go here. We're gonna fall off the platform. Oh, we have an alternate kill. What are we doing here? Ah, he missed the red Nympho. I see what's happening. That's a rough situation. There's a red refill at the very beginning of this screen. So yeah, that was right there. That's what KB meant to grab earlier. I didn't realize he entered the boss fight at 12 Nymphos, so that's pretty rough. If you enter at 12, there's not really anything that you can do other than like low percent, so you're basically trying to like slash the boss. So at least we have 75 now this time. So we're gonna have an alternate kill apparently because we don't have the up flame anymore. I guess it is Art of the Fire though. I'm gonna spam on the left side of the wall, and that was actually a pretty good adaptation there. So we're entering level 7, this is the final level. This level is terrifying, also, in my opinion. I don't know if it's level 4 or level 7 that's harder. I would probably say the final level, even though it's a bit of a cliche, is harder. We really need that Nympho right there. So, oh, there we go. Sorry, not the Nympho, the Downfire. But yes, it is the Down Flame, I do call it the Down Flame. I don't know what that one's called either. But, what's up JKL? Thank you man. Andy, the legend himself. What's up Andy? And we're going into here. And we're going... Okay, depending what KB does, he might have to take a death, or he's going to have to improvise, because he has slightly too little health right here. But we're gonna see what happens, because you really want to enter this screen, I think, above 7 health. So he's just gonna go for it. That means he's gonna have to skip some of these enemies and kill some of these other enemies, because at the end of the screen he's not gonna have enough health to do all these damage boosts, so... Alright, that was pretty well done. We're gonna get past this first screen. That was a good adjustment, actually. So you have to work for the potion. It's up after this massive bird section coming up, so he's gonna have to be a little bit careful in how he does this too. Because, yeah, that's pretty rough. But ironically, that's another good spot to die, because you have a bunch of shadow clones here, and the up flame, sorry, there's a shadow clone here, and you already have the up flame coming back, so you really need to just get past this, again, bird section right there, which we did. And then coming up here, you have another shadow clone, not on this screen, but the next screen, so you're actually equipped to go into the boss. He has 100 out of 100 Nymphos, so you should be able to do all the boss fights pretty good here. So the last shadow clone is right here. There you go. And the boss is literally right here. So the boss has 3 phases. That was a wickedly weird bird boost. Like literally Michael Jackson backwards. I don't even know how he dodged that bird like that. So we have Jackio phase 1, he just floats around. There's various different quick kills that you can do on the wall here. We have Jackio phase 2. There's some pretty wicked movement that you can do with like moon sliding, and we want to enter Jackio 3 with at least 16 Nympho. Or I guess, sorry, it'd be 18 Nympho-ish. 16, no, sorry, 16 is right. Because if you upflame perfectly there, you can kill the head really quickly. And then from there, you can upflame and then just jump and slash with the clones. And that would be time. So 12:40. That was a really good marathon. So it's scary to run this one. There was a lot of good adjustments that KV made there. But yeah, this one is not fun. Like it's really easy to just die, and it's really scary to recover. So I think KV demonstrated a lot of knowledge there in how to recover in bad situations for sure. Yes, but like for real, yes. Like there was some deaths along the way, but at the end of the day, there was a lot of adjustments that were very smart, so. No, he did really good. Yeah, no, he did really good. Like, KB is extremely good at a lot of different games, but like again, as I said, I'd be really curious because NESday's gonna help out with commentary right afterwards. KB's gonna do another game right after, but I'd be really curious if you can kind of like pass the torch in a way, ND, and answer my question when you come online, because I'm extremely curious if you think, or where you would place rather Ninja Gaiden 2 and all the games that ND has learned in running in a marathon setting and how scary it is. So Andy can answer that question when we come back, because to me, out of all the games that I've ever learned, I honestly think Ninja Gaiden 2 is like top 3. At least in a marathon, like no reset setting, because you can adjust in Batman, you can adjust in like every other game that I know, but as soon as you die in Ninja Gaiden 2, like it's rough. So yeah, I'll switch this off here. KB is ironically coming right back, I think, because ND is going to help out, I believe anyway, if I'm not ahead of myself, with, I don't know that one, Mitsumi Gatoro. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it's a really cool game. If you've never seen that one before, you're in for a treat. It's got some really cool movements in it as well. And like nobody runs it. I basically watched ND run it a long time ago, nobody else, so. Yeah, we'll be right back, guys, and we'll be back with that one.